All right, guys, confession time. I have had so many of you send me questions and asking for advice about putting in a garden, and I feel like I need to tell you that I can offer advice for what I'm doing, but I don't know what I'm doing. I am flying by the seat of my pants, but that's my advice to you. Do it anyway. If you don't know what you're doing, research, watch videos on YouTube. I cannot tell you how great it is to find the information you've been trying to find on YouTube and have somebody walk you through it. I'm not a great teacher, so I don't feel like I can do that. I can show you what I'm doing, but sometimes my explanation is not going to be a scientific or, a real reason behind it other than I like to experiment. I like to just try stuff out and see how it's going to work. So it's been 10 days since I did my first walkthrough, and I'm going to walk you guys through again today. Hopefully this won't run as long or be as squirrely as last time, because we all know I'm squirrely. But just start. Grow your skills while you're learning your skills. And that's honestly the best way you're going to be able to do it. Just jump in. I can offer what advice I have and things that have worked for me. But other than that, let's just learn together. Let's all jump in and have a little bit of food security in our own homes. So, um, other than the confession of I have no clue what I'm doing, let me also confess I killed about 3 different plants this week. But it's okay. I don't have a clue what I did to one. I really don't. It was lemon balm and catnip, and they were doing great. They were in my window. They look great. Everything around them looks great. And I got up the next morning and they were dead. The other is my oxalis, my beautiful, beautiful shamrock. And I do know what happened there. I have a cat, and they got dumped, and they didn't survive. So she shredded the bulbs too. So there's no hope there. But we're gonna have failures in the garden. You're gonna have failures. We're all gonna. Master gardeners have failures. Adam and Eve worked in the garden and obviously had a very big failure. So don't feel like giving up because things don't go exactly the way you want them to, and because you're still learning. Like, just learn, embrace it, and go. But don't let it rob your peace, because that's honestly what my garden is about. It's about the peace I needed to escape from things that were going on in life and some of my health issues, but it's also about the peace of knowing that I can come out here and harvest, even if it's not what we want to eat, food to eat. So, anyway, let's get started. Okay, I moved a row cover back because my Salmon Sunset 4 o'clocks from Baker Creek have come back from last year. They reseeded themselves, and I'm super excited. So I've decided to sacrifice my kale if I have to get those. We actually harvested 2 more times off this kale, and it's still just getting huge. You can see where I break off the outside, and it'll just keep putting off in the center. My brassicas are getting a little too warm under the row cover, which is why I have them opened. I need to probably replace the row cover with some tulle to keep the bugs off, but for now it just is what it is. We're expecting hail again tonight, so I don't want to do it quite yet. We harvested a ton of the tatsoi. It's a Chinese mustard green. It's really good and as baby leaves in a salad. My spinach is starting to bolt, so before it flowered and got really bitter and strong, I went ahead and pulled pretty much all the leaves I'm going to eat off of it. I'll pull it up and take it to our rabbits here after a while. This bed, I threw some hay in it, and it's got to be scattered out, but we haven't made it there yet. Hyssop is starting to trail a little bit, so I'm glad to see that. We're getting so close to this being in beautiful bloom. The hibiscus have bounced back from getting shocked a little bit. The hollyhock, believe it or not, has lived. There's a little diatomaceous earth on them, if you're wondering what the powder you'll see is. Oh, goodness, Coda. My cucumbers, I have volunteer zinnias everywhere, and I'm probably going to let them come up. That one, those are stunted. I'm not really sure if my mushroom garden around it has kind of done something, but these National Pickling are looking okay. I'm using tomato cages around them for them to climb because they also have this pole. Volunteer Sunflower, looking good. Early Russian cucumbers are hanging in there. My pepper bed is looking really good. I've picked a lot of blooms off, but I've missed a few. So I actually have some baby peppers forming. I will top these once they get a little bit bigger so they bush out. These are cucamelons or Mexican sour gherkins that we're really excited to try this year. My nasturtium really would like to be planted. I've also got some 4 o'clocks in there that need to get out. We picked a bunch of the radishes, as you can see. We had them baked and fresh this week. But as I pull this out, it's going to have zinnias and other flowers put in. We just really enjoy the color out here in the garden. Look, I have grass trying to pretend it's an onion. And I have missed it up until right this second. I'm going to have to cut that so I don't disturb the onions next to them. I have got yellow and red sweet onions. I've got some garlic. These dahlias really got bit by the frost, but they're popping back out. Carrots are looking good. My coffee's over there. I'm going to forget about it and find it later. Brooke's little garden is doing good. Her milkweed is up. She has tons of blooms on her huckleberries and tons of little baby huckleberries. More milkweed. I really don't think any of these roses are going to make it, but we're going to let them try. This is our latest project. So I moved my potatoes, sage, and stuff like that out on this tarp. We are killing all this grass. So what we did was we curved in at the ramp this past year when we put in the border. I'm going to pull it all out and actually come straight across so that we have it's not going to zoom, so that we have places to put our blueberries, but also we can put some more beds and roses in, because as you see by the arbor, our roses are doing really well and we'd like for them to have a better home. Brooke's Fairy Garden up here is looking pretty good. We had some storms take plants and things this week, so we're having to clean up just a touch and see what makes it. This entire pot was out in the yard dumped, so I'm surprised it's making it, and her basil took a lot of damage. But it's doing pretty well. We have our goji berry up here, and look. It says to wait until they're really dark purple and squishy, so we'll see if we get any. This is part of the reason I want to do roses. It is perfect. It's beautiful. And we have, Brooke was super excited. She actually got a white one out of her daffodils. Our cabbage is looking pretty good. Our lettuce is looking great. I can't wait to start harvesting some of that. It's the Rocky Top mix from Baker Creek. I planted some coleus back here for Brooke. She wanted the pink in her little garden. We've got more spinach here coming up. Our kale is starting to come up and look good. The cat wanted to lay in here on top of the kale, so we've got some radish greens that we can pick and some pepper cress to go in our salad. So this is Evan's bed. He wanted an herb garden and it is looking great. I did have to go purchase the sage in the, not sage, rosemary in the back. Because I killed his, so, and that was completely my fault. I dropped it, but look what we have. Do you see? Oh, I'm gonna have breakfast in a few days. Okay, I got sideswiped by the dog. My squash is looking okay. It's not great, but I've seen it look worse, so we're gonna go with it. My Kajari melon is probably not going to make it. We planted some more sugar baby bush watermelons to see what we can get there. but I'm going to bring you up and show you. My beans are great along this fence. Tomatoes are looking good. I need to come out here and weed a good bit, honestly. I put down straw and it does have seeds, so I'll be picking those out. Look, I'm excited. But it won't be happening today. I'm actually getting a little bit of random rain on me right now. I still haven't planted those or found them a home. My sugar snap peas are blooming along the back fence. These bush beans are looking good. They are a lighter variety, so that's why they're so much lighter than the others. Surprisingly, the Dances with Smurfs and the Paul Robeson, no wait, sorry, Isis Candy and Paul Robeson that looked so rough are hanging in there. We'll see what we get. I've got a baby pepper that I just spotted. Look, I can't wait. These I put out too early. See, there's some of that little grass I've got to pick. But it was either put them out too early and hope for the best, or just let them die, because they were way too crowded in the cups. I decided to do a different type of pea this year, and I think it's my new favorite because of the bloom. That is gorgeous. These are Sugar Magnolia tendril peas from Baker Creek. Oh, I hear you. So one of my experiments, guys, was growing toilet paper, and it's working. It's hard to see. Some of them aren't tall enough yet, but I've got babies coming up, and the toilet paper rolls are just going to break down. But look, it is working. That one is just showing off. So, some work to be done, but it's growing. And in 3 months, when I look back at this, I'm not going to imagine that anything was ever this small in this garden. That's my update this week. Hopefully in the next 10 to 14 days, I'll do another walkthrough so we can see the changes. But guys, just jump in. Like, do what you can. Grow your skills while you're trying to grow your skills. Learn from your mistakes. One thing I would say is definitely do a garden journal, or take lots of pictures or videos so that you can look back and learn from it, but also see how far you've come. But until next time, bye guys.